We are also pleased to have Roy Knight, the superintendent of the Lufkin Independent School District, joining us today to talk about the upcoming school year. Roy, thanks for joining us for City Hall Update. This is your first time on the show, and we welcome you. We do have a lot of questions for you. Particularly, we're getting ready to start the new school year, and so I imagine there's a lot on your plate, a lot of new priorities, and can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Any superintendent worth his salt knows there's three things that absolutely have to be accomplished for that first week of school. Kids have to get off and on the same bus on the same day. They have to be fed appropriately, and above all, the air conditioners in every building better work on that first day of school.
Especially with all the heat we've had lately.
Without a doubt, and so those are any good superintendent's top three priorities on the opening week of school, and we focused a lot on that. But the legislature met this past year and gave us a few new priorities. We've been in the middle of a facility study. Our growth has continued as a district overall, and we've continued to make growth and change and improvements in our instructional focuses as well. So a busy summer for us, and this was supposed to have been the long summer.
Yeah, it just went so quickly.
Oh, it's gone.
So will there be some expansion on your campus?
Well, we've had a facilities committee, a task force looking at our current facilities, and have made some recommendations now to our school board, and our school board has studied this, and we'll be moving forward with a bond proposal in this month. Our bond proposal will really feature three aspects: one around safety and security, the most important thing for any mom and dad. Right. In that, we'll feature some enclosing some of our breezeways of our elementaries that were built in the 50s, those that have doorways that exit to the outside. Gating our elementary campuses to make them more secure as well, and then adding additional cameras that record 24/7, just all security features that our community wants for our kids.
Are our campuses pretty secure?
You know, if we use our incident reports and statistics, they're very secure. But you know, the sad reality is the only thing I lose sleep about at night is that there was something that happened to a child that I could have prevented in the way of some intruder coming in, some, God forbid, Columbine-like circumstance. And we live in those days and times. But statistically, our campuses have been quite safe. But again, at the same time, we live in a different culture today than we did 30 years ago, and it calls for different measures of security. I just add, with your next guest, we also have a wonderful working relationship with the Lufkin Police Department that works hand in glove with us to ensure safety for our kids as well.
And how many officers do we have? Officers on the high school campus?
We have an officer, a school resource officer from Lufkin PD on both the middle school and the high school campuses. Our officers actually spend summer times training on our campuses in the event of any untoward circumstance with intruders. We have sophisticated enough video systems now where our police department can actually observe our cameras through our internet addresses from their stations or from their mobile units. They're able to see what's going on within our school buildings as well. So with the combination of technology and just good partnership, we've been able to secure our campuses appropriately.
Okay, so you mentioned security as part of the initiatives. What else?
Absolutely. Two other areas. One would just be sheer student growth. We were real anxious when our paper mill closed a few years ago that we'd lose enrollment. Instead, our enrollment increased 200 students in that year. So we have increased over 400 kids since 2000. If they were all on one campus, that would be the size of an entire elementary campus. Right. Gratefully, they're not. 50% of our growth came actually at the 9th grade and above. So we've had some growth problems. We're at capacity as a district. We're now faced with adding wings to our high school, additional classroom wings, just to accommodate growth, an additional elementary campus and or wings on other campuses to accommodate the elementary growth. And then the third part of a bond package then centers around changes in focus in our instructional programs. We're making a strong move now into a more rigorous PACE program where it'll actually be centered around healthcare, and the medical field, and our engineering programs. So a strong focus on math and science, and that calls for different kind of lab settings at both our elementary campuses and our middle and high school campuses. Our high school is faced with the addition of a fourth science for graduation requirements, and so although unfunded by the state, we expect that's in our kids' best needs, so we need more science classrooms at our high school. We built our high school, we're in our 10th year now in our new high school. It's gone quickly. And we built it for 2,400 kids, and we began the year with, in 1998 with 2,000, and this year we expect to start the year with 2,500.
Wow.
So we're at capacity.
So is the district closed if someone had a child who would be a transfer student living in another town?
No, actually we've taken transfer students for a number of years as well. Now, there's been tuition associated with it.
Right.
We're re-examining that now, particularly with our magnet programs. As a board, we've made a determination that students that transfer in that qualify for our magnet programs will in fact be tuition free after this year.
Oh, that's a nice incentive.
Absolutely. We expect that to be quite attractive, especially with the spectacular nature of our new magnet programs, and I've had an opportunity to visit both our hospitals, and they're just as excited as they can be to assist us in that endeavor. Our engineering community here is one of the strongest actually in the world. With Lufkin Industries, Citation, the engineers associated there, and Lockheed Martin. So we think we'll be able to offer an engineering basis for children at a very early age. It'll make us cutting edge.
When we talk about the size of the campuses, where does our middle school campus rank? I understand that it's one of, or maybe it's the largest.
Well, thank you for asking. We'll stick our chest out here. They have been a recognized campus 6 of the past 7 years. Again, a recognized campus this past year. Texas Monthly recognized our middle school campus as one of the handful of overachiever middle schools in the entire state. So, despite its size,
size-wise, though, is it one of the largest?
Size-wise, it is. Now, we bill ourselves perhaps as the largest, and we really don't know whether that's entirely accurate or not. But you know, moms and dads have concerns, legitimate concerns about that. What we actually have are 3 separate academies. We have a 6th grade academy, a 7th grade academy, and an 8th grade academy. Those kids never interact. They don't eat lunch together. They are both physically and socially isolated from one another. And yet, and then they're in quite small teams within their grade level with a team of teachers. So there's a real sense of intimacy with those kids and that group of teachers that interact with those kids every day.
So despite the size, they're performing academically very well.
Exceptionally well.